If there's one thing that this whole experience has taught me, it's been to surrender, to be okay with birth and re-death. Re-death. I'm distracted because that guy was like catcalling me. I'm like, thanks. Cut. Okay, it's like 9:30 a.m. and I'm just packing up now and going to head to a coffee shop soon. I'm checking out of this Airbnb today and going to the next and final one, which is not too far away, but I can't check in until the early afternoon, around 2-ish. So I'll probably just do some work in a cafe beforehand. And my goal is to get some sleep tonight. Hopefully, I slept kind of late last night, and then I just feel like the night before I know I have to leave, it's always tough for me to actually sleep because I feel like my body is just ready to go or trying to get me ready. So I can never like fully relax. But we are going to head out super soon. This was a nice Airbnb, and so hopefully the next one will also be good. It's been a minute since I vlogged anything legitimate, I think, but I'm here now, and there's about a week left of this Buenos Aires stay. Today's Tuesday, and then I fly back next Wednesday, so I'm like trying to do the things that I wanted to do before I leave, which is not that much, to be honest. So today I was like, I feel like I want to switch up my routine and do something different. So I'm going to go to the Fine Arts Museum. It's like a 10-ish minute Uber away, so it's like pretty close. But to be honest, I haven't really stepped outside of the Palermo area. I've just been walking everywhere or running, but just really stuck to this area. And yeah, I guess today is the day to venture out a little bit and see some art, which should be nice. And it's also like heating up in the city. It's springtime, moving into summertime. So I definitely feel like this week there's more tourists, judged based on how much English I hear. And I've been hearing a bit more, so I feel like there's probably just like more, at least Americans, in town right now. I'll show some art, I guess, hopefully. I think it's like, it should be a pretty solid museum, so. It's quite hot outside, actually. I'm just waiting for the Uber now. Should be here in a couple minutes. good. You don't have to pay to enter, although you can make a donation if you'd like. So it's sort of like the Met in that way. And I don't know if everyone knew that, because there was this line heading in to make a donation at these, what would you call it? Like touch screens. And if I didn't read like the Google reviews, I'd probably think like, oh, you have to make a donation to enter, but you do not. So I just ended up walking past it and no one said anything, so I was like, all right, I'm good. Yeah, it's actually quite hot out today, like 80. I think I was in there for close to 2 hours. I think overall, I would recommend it. It has a nice mix of like sculptures and also paintings. So there's some Degas, some Impressionist paintings, some Rodin, so like sculptures and stuff. I thought it was pretty good. And then some very like old art, as in like archaeology basically. So it was good. Now I'm like really thirsty. I couldn't stay in there for that long, to be totally honest, because the ventilation in museums and like libraries and stuff like isn't that good. And then sometimes I can only stay up until a certain point until I feel like a headache coming on. So today was like one of those days. Yeah, I think I pretty much saw everything. It's the ground floor and then one floor above, and I think the floor above that is closed. So the ground floor is classic art, and then the floor above that is modern art. So yeah, would recommend if you come to Buenos Aires. And right now it's 4, so I thought I'd just like walk around for a little bit. This area is quite nice. It's like this huge extended park area that includes like their eco park, which is like their zoo park thing, and then they have like just like a lot of greenery, people running, things like that. Yeah, probably just walk around and then eventually Uber back. So I think that's why Buenos Aires has a like chill vibe, because people genuinely are out here chilling on a Tuesday afternoon. So that's part of the reason why. So I thought I would just make my way over to a cafe. It's only like 5 minutes away. Probably chill there for a sec and then head back afterwards. ¿Cómo se llama? Coco. Coco. Hola, Coco. Hola, para Jessica. Gracias. Gracias.
¿La Jessica?
Sí, gracias.
Vamos, Jessica.
Gracias. This is where I've been resting when I'm not like editing or something. It's just like this sort of daybed couch thing. And as soon as I got back, I changed into my shorts and I'm like, I need to lay down because I just have a low battery these days for being outside and doing a lot of stimulating things. So now that I'm back, I'm just resting. And then after that, I need to do my editing. But yeah, this is where I have been laying when I'm not like doing something else, I just like lay here on my phone. Yeah. I was just thinking about how, okay, first of all, I'm at this ecological reserve place, and it's like, oh, there's so many dragonflies and stuff flying, but it's basically just a preserve. And there's like a lake, and I'm walking right now to kind of the beach area, which is not like a beach that you can really like lay down at or anything, but it's more like there's rocks and stuff like that, but there's a large body of water. So I'm heading there now. And I was just thinking how, like, I remember when I was in college, people would be like, I mean, I think a little bit even now, but like people are like, yeah, you're kind of like intimidating and not approachable. I'm like, me, what? Meanwhile, I look like this. But it's so sunny today. It's so sunny and it's so hot. We're really moving into the summer. Right now it's kind of the tail end of spring, so it's just getting hotter. Today is the second to last day of my Buenos Aires stay. It's my last full day though, because tomorrow I'm flying back, but my flight's at night. So I thought I'd just do something, like see one other site before I leave, because I haven't really done a whole lot of that here, to be honest. So that's what we're doing. There's like a lot of school kids here on a field trip, which is nice to see. Yeah, show you the beach. I think we're like here now, actually. I think up ahead right here is the beach. You see the water right there, and there's like a school group, which is so cute. So it's called Playarito Pectoral. I think this is describing the bird. I thought it was talking about the beach because of Playarito. I thought it was like playa. Maybe it means like the bird of the beach or something. That could be right. I don't know. But anyway. Successfully made it to the beach, as you were seeing, and then this is where it is in relation to everything else. Usted está aquí. So it's just basically this like reserve area, and I think they like have a lot of wildlife here as well, like birds, reptiles like turtles, snakes and stuff. Yeah, one thing about Buenos Aires is like both here and then also at the museum, there's so many tour groups of kids. So that's really cool to see that they go on like school field trips to these types of places. I was just thinking how fun it is to have like a school field trip, and as an adult you have to like do it yourself. Yeah, it's pretty chill. There's a lot of people just like sitting on the benches, and there's even people swimming in the lake or whatever this is, like the beach, which I didn't expect. So I think you can get down and stand on the rock, so maybe I will actually try and do that. Yeah, let's see if we can get down there. Okay, we made it to the ocean. Swimming, even though I guess you're not supposed to, but I touch the water. One thing about me is I have to touch the water. But it's pretty hot, the water. People are just also touching the water. So, one thing I realized was that even though Buenos Aires is really close to the water, there's not really any beaches, I think, where people can just like lay. Like it's kind of like this, where there's rocks everywhere. It's not really like a sand beach type of situation. So maybe that's why people are also trying to go into the water, because there's not really like a beach. And like across the water is Uruguay. I think technically this is the Atlantic Ocean, but Buenos Aires is like in this interesting sort of curve area. So I don't know if that still counts, or if like exactly what this body of water is. But yeah, glad I made it out here today. Okay, we're doing that thing called filming in public. I found this nice area that is fairly secluded-ish, and yeah, I wanted to just film some reflections about almost turning 30 tomorrow, which feels weird to say, even though I've been saying it so often because of the 30 for 30 series. I feel like each year on your birthday, everyone probably asks you, like, what are you going to do for your birthday and everything? And tomorrow is my birthday, and I'm not going to do anything super special, I guess, like out of the ordinary. I'm actually going to be, we have nice background music from the birds and a lot of bugs on me. That's why I keep moving. I'm not doing anything super out of the ordinary, I guess. I'm flying back to the United States tomorrow, which I'm looking forward to, honestly, because I feel like I've been here for long enough. I feel like 5 weeks is a solid amount of time. But I think this whole Buenos Aires stint has really been my birthday gift to myself in many ways. And the reason is because even getting myself here in the first place has been such a journey of discovery, bravery, surrender, and trusting the process. So, in many ways, I think I've grown into the age of 30 in terms of the ways that I've gotten to know myself better, and not only understand myself better, but also act on the feelings and the intuition that I've gathered instead of just like holding it in my head. Because I think that's a really important part too, is not only gaining the wisdom, but then also being able to act on it. I think that's really important. And yeah, I'm sort of at a loss for exactly what to say, just because I think like when you really think about it, it feels super heavy, but I've really been doing all of the things that I've been wanting to do for a number of years, it feels like, such as traveling more and filming and putting more content out there and writing more and being more self-expressive, being more authentic, figuring out what authenticity looks like for me. And so I think by the time that my birthday has arrived, it feels like it's just another day because it's like I have been on this journey for this whole time for a number of years. So it feels very just like, yeah, the show goes on type of thing. But I'm ready to go back to the States because I think that I've gotten what I have wanted to get out of this experience, which when I came, I didn't really even know what that would look like. But now that I'm here, I'm like, okay, I think that what I wanted to do was just dedicate some time and space to my creative pursuits and just be away from all of my obligations and feel like I can just really tap into my inner world and space. And I think I've really been able to do that here, which I'm so grateful for. And it really helps that the weather is nice. So the seasonal depression was kind of delayed because it it has mostly been really nice and sunny here, so I'm grateful for that. And like I mentioned before, the people here have been very welcoming as well and kind in general, so I'm also thankful for that. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that nothing is coming to mind super easily right now, but I'm okay with that. I feel like I've already, I don't want to say, I don't know what the exact word is. I've already released a lot of the ideas and lessons that I've had for a while through the 30 for 30 series and also all of the writing I've been doing over on Substack. So it feels very cathartic. Oh my God. Okay. It feels very cathartic. The bug literally just flew onto my face. It feels very cathartic and it feels like I've said a lot of the things that I've wanted to say. And so at this point right now, I'm like, I just want to return to the US in one piece and be able to reconnect again with friends and family. Yeah, just kind of put a bookmark to the end of this Buenos Aires chapter and then go from there and see what's next. Maybe one of the most important things, wait for the plane to pass. Maybe one of the most important things to come out of this time has been the embracing of the death and rebirth motif slash symbolism or theme and surrender to it. That's also been a word that has come up in the recent few days, is the word surrender. I think that and the death theme go hand in hand because when you try to cling to your old self by not letting it die, it really hinders the arrival of your new self. And from firsthand experience, the middle area between your old and new self is super, super uncomfortable because it is so uncertain and you don't really know when or how you will land and appear from that state. So I understand and have lived through that urge to cling to the past because it is familiar, even if you know like it doesn't really serve you, but at the same time it is so familiar to you. So like you know what it is, but it's just like not working. And it takes a certain level of, maybe it's bravery or maybe life circumstances just push you in a certain direction depending on how willing you're able to surrender. Like if you're really meant for something and you just keep clinging, I think the universe has a way of just like forcing you, like pushing you off the cliff type of thing. I don't really know. That might have happened to me, or I think maybe it's like both of those things that signaled to me like, hey, you really need to reassess like where you're going, and then also like you need to try and embrace that, or at least be okay with that in between, and know that you're on this path towards your new self. And like you can't, there's only so much you can do. Like why would you want to cling to your old self anyway? Because if you knew that there was something better out there for you, you wouldn't want to cling. You would be like, oh, like let me go get that new thing, right? Because that's more fitting for who I am. But it takes a lot of, but like again, the old stuff is familiar and we really like certainty. So when we are told to let go of it, it's not like an easy thing to do most of the time. So if there's one thing that this whole experience has taught me, it's been to surrender, to be okay with birth and re-death. Re-death. I'm distracted because that guy was like catcalling me. I'm like, thanks. Anyway, be okay with death and rebirth. I'm like talking about these like deep things and like he's like cackle. Okay, anyway, I need to wrap this up. Be okay with death and rebirth and to surrender to it because there are great things that are in store for you. That's what I want to really emphasize, is that you don't even know how good things are going to get. And sometimes when you're in the depths of despair, it's so easy to forget that. But sitting here right now, I just want to tell everyone who's watching this, and also like my past self, that things are going to get better as long as you are okay with the surrender, which I know is really hard, but it will be worth it. It will be so worth it once you move to the next thing and like figure out the next step and know that you are capable of doing it. So I think that's what I want to leave everyone with. I'm excited to return, and I think that's it. That's it. Cut. All right, this is probably maybe the last time that I cook in this apartment, this Airbnb. So I was like, well, I want to show. This is maybe like common knowledge, but this is a gas stove, and in New York there's like a lot of gas stoves too, but the difference is that this one you need to actually light. So basically what I mean is, like, when you turn on the gas, it won't just automatically start igniting. Like, you have to actually light it up. And that took me, well, I figured that out like the first day or two, but I was like, okay, I don't really know if I've ever had to do that, maybe like once, but it's giving like camping. So I was like, all right, we're gonna do it on the camera right now. Okay, this is the cooking show. So hopefully you can see, I just scrambled the eggs in this cup. And then basically what you do is like, just put that there. First, you light the match, right? Okay. And then you just like turn on the handle here, so the gas is going, and then you just do that. I don't think that was particularly descriptive, so I just poured on some oil. And then I'm just gonna scramble some eggs now, and yeah, easy meal. Here's what I'm eating, which looks like a total mess. It's some avocado, tuna, scrambled eggs baguette that I broke apart because it's really hard. So I tried to like basically soften it a little bit. That's my dinner.